My name is Kenneth Ntende and welcome to the Ultimate Sales course. In this segment of the course, we'll be dealing with handling a sale. A sale is a two-ended negotiation. It's between the salesperson and the recipient of the product. The thing about this, however, by default, the person paying wants to pay less, and the person who wants to be paid more. Now, how best do you combine this so that there is fair value for the person receiving the product or the service, and there is enough compensation for the salesperson? That is what exactly we're going to handle in this section. Alright, so as a salesperson, there is a specific guide that you follow in order to close sales. Step 1 on this guide is number 1, first introduce yourself. Now in this segment, what you're targeting is to use some of the persuasion techniques that we taught you in the video earlier to help you close the sale. You can use 1 or 2 of them to make sure that this person begins to like you. What you're doing as a salesperson is you're moving away from it being a pricing conversation to rather, hey, my name is so and so. Find a point of connection. This could be school, this could be work you're doing in your industry together, this could be literally anything. Find some common ground and begin talking to this person like a realist. As an example, I was speaking to someone earlier and they told me, how would you go about selling a battery? My take was, let's not even talk about the battery first. Step 1 is try to understand, okay, which kind of car do you drive? Find out over coding some kind of compliment. Tell him, honestly, that's a very nice car. I'd wanted something of the sort, just that I don't have the money to do so. So find a way of biasing them towards either liking you. Step number 1. Then step number 2, assert your authority. Talk about things that they would ideally never have known. Things like batteries differ. Some of them have water, others don't. The advantage with this is this and that and that. The disadvantage with the other one is this one. So find a way of creating some kind of balance between whatever persuasion techniques you're using. It could be liking you and ascertaining your authority over that industry before you even begin any sale. So that is step number 1. Number 2 is listen. This is the step where most salespeople actually make a mistake from. They are too quick towards selling whatever their product is, and they are failing to understand what the customer wants. Why this is important is because sometimes you don't know what the customer is trying to achieve. You don't know where they're driving to. So you're going to rush to sell to them how your software does this, how your product does this and that and that and that, and it's not even what they're looking for. Even the way your communication comes out when you push it that way, it's like you're trying to bombard me, the person buying, into buying a product that they may not even need. So at this step, try to listen to the person, get to understand, okay, what is this person looking for? What are they trying to achieve? Then you can weave the product or the service you're selling as a solution to what their problem is. It comes off as a better selling technique. You'll end up getting much better results by packaging it that way. Listen and present a solution to a problem, not get to the person then begin bombarding them with how this laptop, this phone, this thing. You don't know what the person is looking for. So first get to understand what they're looking for, then offer a solution to the problem. You'll end up getting a lot more value that way. Number 3 is provide a solution. And number 2, of course, we talked about listening to the person. And now at this step, this is where you wave out the solution for them. Make sure you use some of the phrases of the problems they have highlighted in point number 2. And your product should just be an integration of the solution to what that person's problem is. That way you'll get much better results from your sales team. Number 4 is give a call to action. After you have done all this talking, all this maneuvering around the person, ask them for what the way forward is. It's not good to leave things hanging. I mean, yes, you've talked, but where do we go from here? It's important that you find an amicable way forward. from both you and the person you're trying to sell to. Don't leave it hanging, because sometimes many salespeople end up in this scenario where I think we are going forward, then the person who has been sold to is like, not yet. So you're all moving in your own lane. So find a way of resolving that within the meeting itself, so that you both know what your next action points are. At point number 5, we have follow-up. I mean, after you've talked and the person says, check on me in a week, make sure that you have that somewhere recorded in your CRM. Actually go ahead and follow up. Now, as a salesperson, those are the 5 steps that you need to go through to close each and every sale. Yes, they may change up once in a while, something might be added, something may be removed, but as the standard, those are the 5 steps of the sales process.